G'day. F1 drivers love yachts. Many own them or use them regularly. I'm here in Monaco's harbour to explain which drivers have yachts and how this iconic harbour works. Let's start with Max Verstappen. He recently took delivery of a Mangusta Gransport 33 from Overmarine and named it Unleash the Lion. His private Dassault jet uses the Unleash the Lion initials. This 33-metre yacht has 5 bedrooms and it's believed he ordered the boat 2 years ago. These start at US $12 million without customisations, but it doesn't live here in Monaco Harbour. It's moored at Cap d'Aille, which is not far from Fontvieille, where most of the F1 drivers live. The upkeep on a boat like Max's is north of $1.2 million a year. So I'm standing smack bang in the middle of Monaco Harbour, or Port Hercule. It's been used since ancient times and is the heart of the Principality. So how many berths are there in here? 760. And come Grand Prix time, these are in high demand. In fact, you'll need to apply to the Port Authority at least 8 months prior to the May race, and your request will definitely go behind the likes of the F1 teams, the drivers, and even the sponsors. Pricing? Well, that depends on how big your boat is and where it's berthed. But you need to book for a full week, starting from the midday Monday prior to the race weekend. These spots along here are the most highly prized, offering sensational views as the cars exit the Nouvelle chicane and head towards Tabac. Now, these are normally full of party goers over the weekend. And right now, on the Tuesday prior to the race weekend, there are lots of supplies going on board. Let's look at pricing here. This boat will pay around $40,000 US for 7 days. Smaller ones down here, $17,300. Well, a large boat or even a ship like this, about $135,000. Now, thanks to Quadlock for sponsoring this video. Quadlock has given me the inside scoop on their latest product launch, an exciting collaboration with the McLaren Racing Formula One team, and a brand new range of mag cases and mag water bottles. If you're an F1 fan, especially a McLaren, Oscar or Orlando fan, you'll love these. The cases boast the latest mag technology, are highly durable and look great. Check out the signature papaya coloured mag ring. Oh, and they're compatible with all Quadlock mounts and accessories. You'll also love the Quadlock McLaren mag water bottle with phone mounting capabilities, vacuum insulation, an integrated finger loop, and the ability to keep drinks cold for up to 24 hours and hot for up to 12. Check out the new range by clicking the link in the description. Charles Leclerc owns a Riva 66 Ribelle called Sedici, that's 16 in Italian, his racing number. This is a 66-foot yacht, so about 20 metres. It has 3 bedrooms, top speed 37 knots or 68 kilometres an hour, and these yachts go for upwards of $2.5 million US. So what attracts drivers to yachts? Privacy and luxury. These guys travel year round, so when they get back to Monaco, and let's face it, that's where most of them live, getting out on the water, away from the paparazzi and fans, holds plenty of appeal. Those on the big bucks are saving plenty on tax too in Monaco, so shelling out some of those saved dollars on a yacht is no biggie. Does two-time world champion Fernando Alonso have a boat? Yes, he purchased a Sunreef 60 power Echo catamaran in 2023. They start around $2.7 million. This is an 18-metre electric yacht with plenty of embedded solar panels, and he can have 7 friends on board, spread over 4 cabins. But Fernando no longer lives in Monaco, so I wonder if that boat is now perhaps in Switzerland, maybe even on Lake Geneva. Do drivers stay on boats during the Grand Prix? Well, sometimes yes. Lawrence Stroll does. He'll use a tender to travel from his boat to the paddock and back, and some of the drivers whose apartments are in Fontvieille will also jump on a tender in the Fontvieille harbour and travel by sea. Those arriving by water not only have the most beautiful journey when the weather is nice, and to be fair, it's nice a lot, it's relaxing and it's quick, and they'll pull up at one of 2 jetties. This one is the most popular jetty. It's right near the Red Bull energy station. This actually has a pool on the top deck, and that's where the Red Bull driver who wins the Monaco Grand Prix ends up in. Although when water restrictions were in place here, they filled it with balls. This is the other jetty, which is at the far end of the paddock and would be preferred by drivers from teams with their motorhomes at this end of the paddock. And what's the biggest vessel in the harbour? The MSC Explorer 2. It accommodates more than 900 passengers. But if you exclude the cruise ship, this is one of the biggest boats in the harbour. This is the 100-metre long super yacht Symphony, and it's owned by LVMH. So I expect over this weekend lots of wealthy and high-profile people up here on this yacht enjoying the spoils of what is one of the great races of the F1 season.
I'm Chief Officer of Motor Yacht Vision. For the logistics of coming in and out of port in Monaco, it's quite an operation. They have to moor each boat in a certain position. So if you see on the other dock, they've got all the boats connected to the dock itself, And then the boats that are in the middle of the harbour, they need to send the ground lines down to the ground, and also on the front. All the boats in the port as well have to discharge sewage into the little barges that you see going around the marina. And also on the race weekend, all the yachts in the corner have to be pulled forward so that they are clear of the track, because for safety reasons.
And if you want to get on or off one of these boats when it's away from the dock, you have to use a ladder like Valtteri Bottas is seen doing here. And that can be tricky, especially for ladies in their best dresses. And has an F1 car ever ended up in the harbour? Yes, Albert Ascari in 1955. So is it possible to stay on a boat like this that's moored up against the jetty? Well, around the corner, where the boats don't have to move away from the jetty during the on-track sessions, yes. In fact, I stayed on one, I think in 2018, and you probably pay 10,000 US upwards for a cabin for 4 nights, if you can find one. And what might the crew requirements be for one of these boats?
For a 50-metre charter yacht in a Grand Prix season like this, we'll have about 15 crew on board, and then we will host anywhere between 100 to 130 guests approximately, with 12 staying on board.
But more often these ships will just have day guests for the racing and then offer party packages at night. But most of the parties wind up by midnight for a couple of reasons. One, there's a noise restriction. And secondly, with so many people staying in nearby towns, they take the train back. But the last train leaves at 6 minutes to midnight. So if you're not on that, you won't be getting another one until 5:20 a.m. And if you want a cab at that hour over GP weekend and in Monaco, you'll be paying a small fortune. And if you're looking for hotels in Monaco, what sort of prices will you pay? I did a search on hotels.com on the 29th of March, and the only one showing up was Le Méridien Beach Plaza, and they wanted just shy of 30,000 US dollars for the 4 nights. And most people choose to stay in the smaller towns in either train, motorbike, or even bicycle in and out of the place. Now, some time ago, this spot behind me was used for mooring boats, but now it's a corporate platform with great views over the Nivelle chicane. I'm actually walking along the Grand Prix track, but come the weekend, obviously the roads are closed during the day, but at night they open up again and pedestrians and cars can use this roadway. Behind me here is Obsidian, and what a magnificent boat this is. It's nearly a ship, $180 million to buy, $20 million a year to run it. And if you're a guest of McLaren's this weekend, you'll probably end up on this boat, which is one of the bigger ones in the harbour. And if you're a guest of Aston Martin F1 team, this is the boat that you'll be on. This is the Eternal Spark. It's a 50-metre vessel, accommodates 12 guests in 6 cabins. It's glorious inside, and come Sunday night, they will have had a few hundred very excited Aston Martin guests come through this boat. If you ever get the chance to come to Monaco during Grand Prix week and stay on a boat, hats off to you. I'm off to one right now for the next 5 nights. So while I'm doing that, perhaps you could hit the like button. And for those of you who aren't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.
And stay passionate.
Or Shut up.